x to the 5/2. I'm not going to divide by the fraction. I'm going to multiply by its reciprocal and get 2/5. Here we got plus 2x, so we get x squared, and we divide by 2, plus 1, add 1, so you get x. We can simplify and get 2/5 x to the 5/2 plus x squared plus x plus c. If you forget the c, I will tell you this, it's a point on every problem. So make sure you remember that, because that's an easy point that you can get throughout the quizzes and tests that we will have. Alright, another fun day, Jay. So we got the cube root of x squared. We got 1 over x cubed. We got x squared plus 2. We got x squared plus x plus 1 divided by x unsquared. See if you can do it. Rewrite. We get x to the 2/3 dx. Add 1 to your exponent. You get 5/3. Divide by the new, or multiply by the reciprocal, and you're done. So 3/5 x to the 5/3 plus c. Here we got 1 over x cubed. It's in the denominator. Man, we got to rewrite it. So x to the -3rd. Add 1 to your exponent. You get -2. Divide by your new exponent. So we're going to move that to the bottom. So you get 1 over -2x squared plus c. Here we got x cubed. So we get x to the 4th over 4. We got 2, so you get 2x plus c. And all of these should have y equals on them, by the way. Here we got x in the numerator and the denominator. We don't know quotient rule yet. And by the way, there is no quotient rule for these lovely little things. So you have to divide every term by that. So we have x squared divided by x to the 1/2. If you recall, you subtract your exponents. So we're going to rewrite it as x to the 3/2. X divided by x to the 1/2 is x to the 1/2. And 1 over x to the 1/2 is x to the -1/2. Add 1 to each of those exponents and divide by the new. So x to the 3/2 becomes x to the 5/2. And we are going to divide by our new exponent or multiply by the reciprocal. So you get 2/5 x to the 5/2. The x to the 1/2 becomes x to the 3/2. Divide by your new exponent or multiply by the reciprocal. So you get 2/3 x to the 3/2. X to the -1/2 becomes x to the +1/2. Yay, we don't have any negative exponents. Whoop, whoop. Divide by the new exponent or multiply by the reciprocal, and you get 2 plus your c on the end. And you're done. Okay, go you. Holy cow, is this lady crazy? Man, she's giving us lots of examples. So we got x plus 1 and 3x minus 2, and they're being multiplied. Guess what? We don't have a product rule, just like we didn't have a quotient rule. So multiply it out. Do an area model to do that, and you get 3x squared plus x minus 2. Now do your magic. So 3x squared, add 1 becomes x cubed, divide by the 3, and those would cancel. The plus x becomes x squared with a 1/2 out in front, or divided by 2, however you want to write that. And then -2 becomes -2x plus c. Here we got y squared times y to the 1/2. Guess what? We don't have a product rule. Multiply it out. You get y to the 5/2. So we add 1, we get to the 7/2. Multiply by its reciprocal, add c, and you're done. Here we got the antiderivative of dx. What? That's 1 dx. So the antiderivative of 1 is just x plus c. Here you go, you. Alright, here are a bunch of lovely sine and cosine ones, which on page 244, the second column tells you what the antiderivative of cosine, sine, secant squared, secant tangent, cosecant, and cosecant cotangent. If you recall, the derivative of sine was cosine. The derivative of cosine was sine. So if we're going backwards, what did we take to get the derivative to be sine? Cosine. So if you look at the little thing, it says the antiderivative of sine is going to be cosine. So we get 2 cosine x. And it says negative cosine, by the way. Because remember, when we took the derivative of cosine, we made it negative sign. So you got to watch that. The antiderivative of cosine is sine, and it stays positive. Why, might you ask? Because it's the opposite way. Remember, the derivative of sine was a positive cosine. And plus c. These ones come with questions. All right, antiderivative of 1 is x. If you look at your little chart, the antiderivative of cosecant cotangent is negative cosecant. So it's negative cosecant cotangent here. So it's going to be positive cosecant x plus c. Y equals. Here, the antiderivative is secant squared minus sine. So ask yourself, what did we take the derivative of to get secant squared? It was tangent. What did we take the derivative of to get negative sine? It was cosine plus c. There you go, you. And that is it of the crazy madness of going backwards. Please come with lots of questions for next time. It is a totally new concept. I expect questions.